Good morning. You thought I wasn't on already.
I just don't know. You're over by the laptop. You're not in the video feed. You can't smash and like the Katrina on our YouTube feed because you can't see you.
You know, Mimi's not here. I've already gotten used to having her, like, get in here and set our stuff up, and I had stuff in the other room, and just trying to roll into this morning. I'm about 30 seconds behind on everything today.
I rolled in right on time. What about you, Adam? You were here early.
I was here early as always. I get nervous that I'm going to run into traffic and be late again, like that one.
We don't have any traffic in Tampa, do we?
Just a little bit. Yeah.
None of that at all.
One accident on 275.
We're all calling it. Yeah, it's true.
So we have a slightly interesting show lined up this first hour.
Just slightly. Barely, almost interesting.
It's marginally interesting.
On the cusp.
Well, there's a couple things. You know, I started thinking we're in December right now, and one of the calls I got last week, which, by the way, Leo, happy birthday. We were out of the studio last week, and it was your birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Well, thank you. Oh yeah, I got the e-card.
I did text you.
Yes.
I know. I texted him too. He didn't respond back.
I was.
He was busy.
He's doing birthday stuff.
So anyway, it's December. So one of the listing appointments that I went to last week was somebody that heard us on the air, and it got me to thinking that the number one reason why people's homes don't sell, and I won't blurt that out right away. We'll wait just a few minutes. But I started thinking that a lot of people, like during this time of year in the holidays, they say, oh, I don't want to wait to list right now. I'm going to wait to list until January, or I'm going to wait to list until spring. But when you actually look at the numbers for people that list their home in April, May, and June, they end up getting a little bit less money because there's more competition during that time. And we're also going into an election year. And do you guys want to take a guess why sellers usually get a little bit less money in those months?
Uncertainty with the U.S. politics.
Well, that's one thing. Yeah. But in general, it's every spring. If they list
every spring, because probably waiting for the summer. I think there's a big rush over the summer. No.
Well, you have to think about it. If you're listing in April, May, or June, you're not closing until June, July, or August. So that is your summer rush already.
Fair enough. I don't know.
It's really like it's a supply and demand thing. We've had a 2 to 3 month absorption rate depending on the area that you're in Tampa for the last several years. Mm-hmm. So people don't even know how to really take that, right? So like they're so used to a limited supply of homes because of the market that we've been in. But the reality of it is when there's more to pick from, right? So the sellers that are selling that have to sell have to be more aggressive with their price, with their terms. Like everything's got to be spot on. Which is why
makes sense.
Our lead time is anywhere from a week to 2 weeks just to get a listing prepared to hit the market.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to get it staged. You got to get the right photos. You got to get the right text.
Now, Leo sees our homes after. How much do you actually see the home, Adam? Ever? Do you see much?
I see the homes because when I'm writing the insurance, I have to do my own research. So I'm on Zillow. I see everything on Zillow. So I see pretty much everything.
And you look at the 4 points.
And I look at the 4 points. So I see the guts and the beautiful pictures.
So he's like the scientist in high school where the frog's like pinned to the board and he's doing the dissection thing down the middle.
So you're telling me you go to Zillow. What do you look at on Zillow, Adam? Are you looking for like the first couple of photos, or what are you looking at?
So when I go to write a home, I do a couple things. One, I'm going to the property appraiser's website, making sure I account for all the things that they have on there. I'm doing a Google Earth view.
Like what? Don't breeze past that. What do you mean?
So, when we're doing the replacement cost estimator, I need to make sure I'm accounting for, porches or, you want to make sure the square footage is accurate.
Tell the person listening what the replacement cost estimator is. Because not everybody might know what that is. That's insurance language.
Fair enough. So the replacement cost estimator is a program that we use to calculate how much it would be to rebuild your house brick by brick. So, and it's done by a third party. Most of the carriers we work with use a company called 360, but there's another one out there called Marshall, Swift, and Becht. They're usually close, but MSB ends up being a little bit higher most of the time. So, but when we do that, we're putting in, square footage, construction materials, etc. And we want to make sure that we're lining it up with what the property appraiser has, even though that's not necessarily always accurate, but that's what the underwriter is going to go back and look at. So
How often do you see that square footage different in Zillow, which would have came from the MLS, which is what the agent put in, compared to what public record shows?
Oh, it doesn't pull from the public records because it has a whole bunch of public records information.
Well, here's the thing. It does pull from the public records information, and in our MLS, there's 3 slots. And so you choose either the owner provided you that square footage, which I really would never do. I've done it like twice, I think, the whole time I've been an agent, and that's because the owner gave me plans that showed me something different, like building plans.
Right.
Where they had modified some stuff and it made sense. The second thing you can do is if an appraiser gives you something where they've actually measured the square footage and they know it's different. And the third thing, which is what most agents choose, and it's the correct thing to choose, is the public records import.
Right.
And that's how you see all that data. And there's so many things that I see wrong when they don't do that. Hopefully, everybody listening out here, their broker has trained them to actually pull that information from public records.
Yeah.
Because that can create a whole domino effect, like the title, legal description being off, the address being a little off. It can just create so many issues.
I would say it's not. It's pretty rare that we see it. Probably 5%, 5 to 10% of the time we'll see that it's off a little bit.
Do you ask about that, or what do? You roll with it?
I roll with the property appraisers every time.
But you never ask about that or inquire about it?
Well, it depends on how far off it is, right? So if we're on Zillow and Zillow's 2,000 square feet and the property appraiser's 1985, then it's not really a big deal. That's just somebody rounded up or something.
Well, that's a huge deal. I mean, our pricing goes up 1 foot to 1999 foot is one price, and 2,000 square feet above is another.
We look at the price per square foot, which most people don't.
I know, but we're always going to use the property appraisers anyways. Now, the one where it's really off, say if it's off by like 500 square feet,
unpermitted,
then that's an unpermitted. Then they put in. They probably did they probably made their Florida room an actual room or whatever, so.
So, Leo, I know you got something to say about that. What are you looking around for?
I feel like the AC is on in this room. I'm getting a breeze.
Oh, my gosh.
I think it's pleasant.
It's set on auto.
Freezing.
It is not cold.
You've been spending too much time in Belize, my friend. That's what it is. You're getting
I've been spending too much time in my well-insulated office. I don't even use my house anymore this time of the year. Can't afford the heating bills.
I should have bought him, I'm going to buy him a Tampa Home Talk jacket for his birthday.
Get him a Snuggie. Yeah,
I love Snuggies. That was so
I'm going to make sure there's a Tide pin in the jacket, just for Leo.
There you go.
Back when I lived in an apartment building and I had a Snuggie, I used to knock on my friend's door, and that friend would change. And they would open the door. I'd run in and jump on the couch because I'd already have my blanket all set up. I'm like, where's my bowl of popcorn?
You are so goofy.
I love my Snuggie.
Go back to.
And I got it in Colt Red.
Go back to if there's a Florida room that's been converted without a permit, because we've worked on these a lot over the years, Leo, where you have to go in and actually fix that mess, because that's like in our world. If it's done the right way, that's not okay.
That's a mess, because what ends up happening is the first question we ask is, when was it done? Because if they tell me it was done more than 5 years ago, I know there's going to have to be changes done in construction. So you have to actually do what's known as an after-the-fact permit.
What if they don't know when it's done?
Then we assume it's more than 5 years, and they're going to need an after-the-fact permit that they're going to have to take off some drywall so we can see the framing. And then after we see the framing, we're going to want to develop plans. The building department has to approve those plans, and oftentimes they want to see additions, and they want to see the whole house, and they want all these extra steps because it's after the fact. And then, after all that, and a permit's done, the construction happens to bring it to current code, then the permit can be closed out.
He sounds goofy, but he really is smart.
Yeah. Well, and you talk about you want a bigger mess. How about if it's over in St. Pete or South Tampa, where you need to, they did it, and now that room's about 6 inches lower than it needs to be.
Oh yeah. We have an after the fact permit for a room addition that in a flood zone that was 1 inch off. And
that's a big deal too.
Still fighting it.
So what happens?
1
inch off how? What do you mean where?
There's something called the base flood elevation.
I know, but describe what you're talking about.
There's something called the base flood elevation, and you need to be above the base flood elevation for your habitable space.
You're saying it was under 1 inch.
And they're 1 inch off.
Oof.
Yeah, and I've seen the flip side of it, doing hurricane restoration work in Bayou Vista and Tiki Village in Houston. Mm-hmm. That 1 inch meant the difference between losing your first floor or both floors in Hurricane Ike. So I can see the importance of it.
Yeah. Well,
You got to take all those pictures so that if you're having that conversation with the person that has an addition 1 inch below the base flood elevation, you can show them why it matters.
Then I could show you the why on your flood insurance. If the difference between an inch is kind of a big deal when it comes to the flood insurance.
And if you're already caught up in that mess, which, you may or may not be listening at this point because we haven't had a storm in a while, you can call us or text us at our off-air number at 813-377-2775. And Erin Dunavant, our attorney that works with that kind of stuff, will hook you up. She's awesome. You can have a conversation with her anytime. 813-377-2775. We'll be back in just a moment. Stick around.
Oh, good morning. Welcome back. Katrina's thumbing through some listings, and we're learning more about why you want to list your house now in the cold month of December. A cold wave came in and just never left.
I think it's
leaving
pleasant
today.
I think it's pleasant.
I like it
outside.
too.
I grew up in a desert. Give me a break.
Stop crying about it. It's okay.
It could be worse. We don't have to shovel snow or anything. So.
I don't know what snow is.
Yeah.
So let's talk about timing for a minute, can we? If we
I would think if you have a family, or if you have a family and you're looking for a house, I would love to walk into a house in December and see that Christmas tree up and be like, we could do Christmas here. This works out.
Yeah.
As long as it's decorated properly.
Well, here's the thing too. Like for buyers, it can be great, and this is December 6th, right? So I can tell you why right now is an important time if you're looking for a home. Why you want to close on that home before the end of the year? Do you think he knows the answer?
I thought you were asking me. You're looking right at me.
But I was like,
Homestead.
Yeah, he already gave you the
The
answer.
Mike Fasano answer.
I've been on this show long enough. I knew the answer.
Well, here's the thing. Like, do you know why you should get Homestead before the end of the year? Any idea why you should file that? Or
saves on taxes.
It saves on taxes, but do you know why? Like, what happens if you don't? What if you end up closing January 5th as opposed to December 30th or 31st?
Do you have to wait a whole year to file homestead?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So let's say, like right now, I have this property. It's actually being relisted today. After we had multiple offers after 3 days, clearly we picked the wrong offer because this one, their financing fell through. So we're going to be reactivating the one on Shining Star. But this particular one, I'll give you a great example. The owner actually was a disabled veteran, and so there's no ad valorem taxes, and the bill's only $160 for the year.
Nice.
So here's the thing.
If you wait.
The person buying that home really should try to close by December, by the end of the month.
That's kind of hard to do. It's already December 7th.
Our lender can get it done. Yeah,
Who's your lender?
Sarah Cricky at Summit Mortgage can get it done. So if you're listening and you're working with Bank of God or some of these big banks out there, some of the online will push button, get mortgage decided sort of thing. They don't close usually on time. They don't pay attention to a lot of those contract dates on there.
Of course.
So it's really important because it can cost you actually thousands of dollars. So let's say you think you're closing this year, but you don't. When you miss it, it's gone. Now you're rolling into January and you close the first week in January, right? So you don't even think about this or talk about it or anything until next year, right? And the challenge is you have to actually file your homestead exemption not later than March.
Right.
To get it for 2021. So just think about how long that is. 3 months from now, you have to file for homestead exemption in order to get it 2021.
And then you have a whole year of appreciation.
You're not going to see that bill until November.
You get a whole year of appreciation that's going to happen, too, that you can't homestead against.
Yeah, and so I can't tell you how many times we've seen that. So we've started to go back and look through our buyers' records to make sure they filed homestead exemption. If they haven't, we're actually helping them get that filed. I've seen some where I've walked in, they've lived in the home for 5, 7, 10 years and have never filed homestead.
Ouch.
And I'm like, haven't your taxes been going up every year? And they're like, yeah, 100 or 200 a year. I just thought that was normal. I go, you do realize, like, if you filed right when you bought this house, your taxes would have been about the same as when you first bought your house.
Wow. And it's portable.
That portability is huge. Oh my gosh. I can't even tell you. Like, I did this on my mom's house and she lived in her house for 20 some years, and her taxes are lower on this big house than it is on this teeny tiny condo she doesn't homestead. It's crazy. So here's the thing. As the buyers, it's awesome, right? It's decorated pretty for the holidays. It works out. Here's the challenge we have on the listing side, right? So right now, the listings that we're signing right now, these are going to go live in January. Okay? So the challenge we're having is, think about this. In January, let's say we're getting everything prepped and ready. They're getting the home staged. People have a lot of stuff to pack up, purge, get ready before they actually come in there with a photographer and get ready to go live. Unless it's early December, we're probably going to hold that listing until January or early January, right after Christmas. Because we theoretically want the homeowner to dismantle all that holiday stuff so we can get our photos. Because think about this.
Oh yeah, you don't want all those photos in the.
If it's January, February, March, which our listings just don't last that long, but let's just presume everything changes next year dramatically, right? And it takes
I don't
90 days.
No, I don't want to.
I don't think it will.
I don't want to.
But I'm just saying,
no.
if it did,
I don't like this world you're
I
living.
know. Well, I'm just saying, look, we have to pay for the photography to reshoot it. If it's, nobody wants to see holiday photos in January, is the point. Would you agree?
It depends on how deep into January.
Exactly.
There were Christmas decorations up during Halloween.
Yeah, I know.
People starting a little too early.
But that's okay, right?
Bad luck.
We're talking about photos and timing, right? So if you're looking at Christmas decorations during Halloween, you listed your property in late October. Now, it really is the holiday season when you're getting a contract. So that's okay. It's just when you start getting around this time of year, it gets a little weird. So if you're thinking about buying or selling, this time of year is so important, especially for our buyers. Make sure you close on your home this month. Make sure. If you need some help with that, call us. Our lender can get it done. 813-377-2775.
Who's your lender?
Even if you have another agent, give me a call. I want to make sure you get this done this month so you get your homestead next year. Sarah Cricky at Summit Mortgage, 813-377-2775. You can call or text us. Just text mortgage. We'll know you're looking for her. We'll get you connected. 813-377-2775. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, I know you guys are going to be so excited about the topics we have pulled for the hour.
I actually read this article already.
Oh, you did? So you go ahead. I'll let you read it and we'll talk about it. Go ahead.
Do you want me to read the whole thing or just
No,
talk about
the title.
Oh, the burbs. Here are Tampa's best suburbs for families.
So it was an interesting article put together by somebody at
the Tampa Bay Business Journal,
which also cited a website called niche.com. And they rank everything from school districts to neighborhoods to colleges. And they compiled this list of Tampa's best suburbs for families, which has changed because there really weren't a whole lot of good suburbs for families in Tampa just a while back. So I'm glad.
What is Tampa? Is that the greater Tampa Bay area, which covers past Pinellas?
This particular report and thing is talking about like Tampa, like inner city Tampa suburbs.
I thought it was talking because I thought it had like Wesley Chapel and stuff on there too.
And so the other thing too, like a lot of, these were a little bit different. So this came from, again, a tiny little write-up that the Tampa Bay Business Journal did back in September. We thought it was pretty appropriate. And Wesley Chapel also was ranked in there, by the way, as
number 3.
According to Money's best place to live.
Number 3.
As number 3. And then Riverview made the list too at number 19.
Wow, that's in the top, what, for the world? Country?
The country.
Nice.
They must not have driven through Big Ben and 75
money
when they did Riverview.
So,
Nice.
top suburbs range from 3,500 citizens to 53,000 citizens. All were rated for public schools and housing, but they rated poorly for the commute. I can't imagine why that would be on the list.
Isn't that all suburbs would rate poorly for commutes?
Yeah, I know, right? But Tampa was recently ranked one of the worst cities for public transportation. Go figure.
We have public transportation? They're going to make the trolley line bigger. You can trolley in from Wesley Chapel.
That'll be great.
Well, we are adding a few little things. We're a little bit slow to the public transportation arena, but adding things like the Cross Bay Ferry.
I like the ferry.
That really
the
helps
ferry's
us.
fun.
It is.
a lot of fun.
Have you both done that? I have not.
I have.
Okay.
We did it for my birthday. It was
so
awesome.
late.
I did it for my birthday last year.
See, you guys don't invite me, but I invite you. And what's up with that?
He didn't invite me either. Don't worry.
No, last year it was interesting because we all met down there because all of us were in the downtown area. We all biked. We took our bikes there, put our bikes on the ferry, and then we biked around in Brewery Hop.
Oh, they let you take the bike too? That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's quick too. Like it goes a lot faster than you think it does.
What's quick?
Like 35 minutes?
Yeah, 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
It can beat traffic. If there's any traffic, you've come out ahead.
And it's only $8 per person.
It's got to be faster than driving. It just has to be.
It's cheaper than Uber too.
Oh, I'm sure.
As long as you have, and there's a Coast bike rental thing right off when you get off. So if you want to just rent bikes instead of bringing one, you have that option too.
Yeah.
This is so great. All right, so Realtor.com looked at 100 of the largest metropolitan areas based on the amount of investment sales and purchase where corporations and non-individual buyers buy property and the median home costs in each city. So we're going to talk about some of the 20 best zip codes. Here in Tampa Bay, we're going to get your biggest return on investment. You saw Leo park up for that one. You see him?
Oh, yeah.
What you got? So Tampa came in as actually the 4th best market for investors looking to flip a home. We have a few of those.
Really, we're still that because the margins are so low on the flips right now.
They are, but they still exist. They're there. So according to this study, 16.1% of the properties for sale in Tampa were investment properties, and the city also had the 6th highest median home value on the top markets. And Florida had 3 among the best for flipping, with Orlando being number 8 and Miami being number 3.
Oh, wow.
So if you're thinking about flipping houses, hang on to our number, 813-377-2775. We'll be back in just a minute. We're going to tell you these top 20 zip codes. We're going to get the biggest return on your investment. 813-377-2775. That's our off-air number. Again, 813-377-2775. Stick around. We'll be right back to give you the top 20 zip codes right here in Tampa.
And welcome back to Tampa Home Talk. This is Adam Talley with Talley Insurance and joined by the lovely...
That's me, the cheer squad. Tampa
Katrina Madewell.
Y'all like my shirt? My whole team matches.
I noticed that. I think
Our
it's
holiday
awesome.
party is tonight, and we're all wearing the same shirt.
Oh,
leggings.
you even wrapped all the doors in wrapping paper. I like
know,
that.
we're so
Yeah,
Very
trouble
cute.
getting the doorknob open. My hand kept sliding.
All right, so we got some cool stuff to talk about still. By the way, if you are listening, you are invited. And we get a lot of our listeners that listen, and they're like, should I come? Should I not come? And you know the biggest thing I get, like people when I meet are people off air that actually listen to the show, and then I meet them off air. I don't know, they just think I'm different than I am. But I'm like,
They should watch us on Facebook, then.
yeah.
Yeah, and smash us on YouTube.
We're
Smash the like button.
Friendly. We're very friendly. So come, we're going to have food. The cool thing is we hired this rock star photographer. Let me just tell you, I can never get him. This is the first year I've been able to get him because he literally photographs a lot of the cheerleaders for Plant High, very involved in the schools. He's a really great photographer. He's the same one that did my daughter's senior pictures.
Nice.
So we have him actually doing our holiday photos. So we got a lot of, this whole studio is going to like change shape in about an hour after we leave.
That's awesome.
So we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. Come by, have a glass of wine with us, get your holiday photos done
Wine.
for your cards. That'll be a great way to send to your families. Does people get their holiday photos anymore? Like, it's not as often as they used to.
We've gotten a few in the mail already.
We did ours, yeah.
You did get holiday photos? Where'd
Yeah.
you go get them done?
We took them ourselves in Belize. Our Christmas tree was a pineapple.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of those, but here's the thing. I hired a photographer with awesome backdrops. You know how great the lighting is in the studio, so we're going to set it up in here, and I'm like, that'll be awesome. So come see us, get your holiday photos done, have a glass of wine with us. Of course, we'll have food, and you may decide you want to stay for 2.
Is Reg bringing food? Are we going to have kangaroo for Christmas dinner?
You know, I haven't talked to her, and I didn't see her on the RSVP list. I'm going to have to call her.
Yes, give her a call.
Yeah.
I passed her restaurant today. I was like, ooh, I never got that kangaroo burger.
We were supposed to go
Lean
trivia.
meat.
We
I
got to go
know.
do it.
I
Okay.
know.
So,
20 best zip codes.
If you want our address, call or text us. We'll give it to you. Our party's tonight, 6 to 9 p.m., and we like to say open house style, so you can pop in and pop out. Like, we know people are
Love it.
busy. There's a lot of holiday parties and stuff. We just want to see you guys for a few minutes outside of the real estate space and not talk about real estate, just have some fun. Again, 813-377-2775.
RSVP.
Yep. RSVP, call or text us, and we'll get you the address and everything that you need. 813-377-2775. And we're going to have some Gria. Already started sangria. That's what that second bottle of wine was you opened at
I like that.
7:45 in the morning. All right.
That was for drinking during the 9 o'clock hour?
It was for the sangria that I started. So, all right. So this new report that Realtor.com did looked at the top 100 metropolitan cities based on investment, sales price, and the purchases. And so, again, Tampa, we ranked right up there, and 16% of the properties here were investment properties. So number one on the list for the highest return on investment. And I don't have the numbers on all of these, but I'm sure I can get them for you. St. Pete was up there in 33702. This is the 275 in Gandy area. Also, St. Pete 33703, St. Pete 33713, and then we had, it kind of hops around a little bit. We had a couple more in St. Pete, which are 33714. That's the Lehman area. I'm surprised that the Kenwood area wasn't in here. Maybe it is. I don't remember the zips.
I guess they don't like their historic areas.
Well, I don't think there's a lot. I don't know how much is left in the Kenwood area to flip. I think that's probably why it's not on
Yeah,
there.
we just sold a great one there, so we got a stellar deal on. Also, 33701 and 33705 made the list for St. Pete.
My zip code's in there. Woo!
Your zip code is in there. Adam made sure he highlighted it and put stars.
I annotated the
circled it. He wanted to make sure that everybody in Tampa in 33602, which is the downside channel side area, knew.
Is that a smiley face you put there too?
Yeah, I know.
Where
Right?
did I put a smiley face? No.
Right here.
Well, it's interesting. There's only, if you look at this whole list, there's only a couple really in inner city Tampa. Tampa Heights, of course, which we know is hot. The 33603 area, that area has been on fire for a while. Downtown Tampa Heights area as well, the 33602. Those are right next to each other. Drew Park, 33607.
I'll tell you the one I'm surprised to see on there is the Egypt Lake Lato area.
I'm surprised to hear Drew Park is on there.
I know, it is.
Town and Country's on here too, Pat.
Yeah, but it's 33634. That was an interesting zip code.
Yeah,
I think
3361
that's closer to West Chase.
It
isn't
is, because
Yeah.
33615 is Core Town and Country.
Yes, that's what I thought. So they've got this marked as Town and Country, but I'm like 33634. I think that's closer to West Chase. Sarasota, North Sarasota, I think is on fire. The 34234.
How is that in Tampa?
This is again Metro Tampa area, so a lot of them rank Sarasota, Manatee
People that
County in
make
there
this
as well.
don't live here, you know.
I just like this is like West Palm. Like, oh, it's exciting in North Fort
Like,
Lauderdale.
how far does Miami go north, right? It almost goes to Daytona now.
Well, the Tampa metropolitan area, I mean, for our stats for Florida realtors, they pulled Hernando in the last couple years, which they were never in there.
Well, they
it
needed
was
to- they needed
always
to have-
Hillsborough, Pinellas, and Pasco.
Yeah, they wanted to have a greater landmass to explain all these housing booms.
So then they pulled in
Is it a
Hernando.
cows to people ratio that brings them back down to
This isn't
Tampa?
New Zealand with sheep.
A lot of Bradenton, a lot of the Manatee County area is also in there. I think Sarasota kind of stops
Manatee's
at it.
like heating up. I did see though.
I like that area a lot.
Did you see where they put a 270-day moratorium on new developments in Southern Hillsborough
I did
County?
not.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
That's sad.
yeah,
Stifling
I'm
growth.
surprised he didn't know that, really.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
yeah. I read it in the Times. Yeah.
Well, what's your, you can help with the outline anytime you want to help.
Wait, they actually put a moratorium on developments in South Hillsborough County.
That's what I read.
Now you're going to go find
Now
out.
I'll find it as you guys go through zip codes here.
That's a move counties typically do to raise their property values. 'Cause
Well, I
it's
mean, it
supply and
wouldn't hurt
demand.
that area, yeah. I
No,
mean, it's been depressed for a little while. That down by Ruskin area, is that what you're talking about?
That's an
We'll find out.
opportunity zone. You can't put a moratorium in an opportunity zone.
Let me find
see.
the article.
Yeah, wait a second.
So South Bradenton 34207 was also on that list. Northport was on it.
Wait a second.
I don't know why
Northport.
that's even on there.
Northport's an hour and a half south of Sarasota.
Realtor.com did this list, not me, y'all. So anyway.
Someone living in Alaska, never been to Florida before?
Okay.
You know,
Sarasota-
Atlanta's a hot market for Tampa too nowadays.
We've got two Northport zip codes on here. 342. Google that and see where that is, Leo.
You know what some of these zip codes are? The Everglades in there too?
They are not.
34287 is basically Fort Myers.
I pull that up. I want to see where it is. 34291 and then 34287. Those are both North Point, but that's totally like south of Sarasota, way south.
Oh no, Northport is south of Port Charlotte. It's basically you're in
Let me
Fort
see
Myers.
it. It's really far. I know it is.
34287.
And 372.
It just says Northport.
You got to
So,
zoom out. Let's see what you got here.
let's see. Oh no, we're still in Sarasota County. We're in Venice.
Yeah, you're pretty close to the leak.
Yeah, we're in
that's
Venice.
I don't even know how this is on this list. I'm going to have to totally
Yeah,
look at
that's when
Realtor.com.
that's when
It's ridiculous.
75 starts to go just east instead of south.
Yeah, that's definitely clearly not.
Yeah, that's the area you start seeing the
Tampa Bay.
pythons in.
Okay.
Hey, is 33625 there or 33624?
No.
Carol would know.
Yeah, because of all the sinkholes.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. All right. In other news that Katrina is just finding out because she never watches the news, there is
I watched John Oliver. He didn't cover it.
Florida's opening a snow park in Dade City in 2020. Can you believe that?
What are we, Dubai now?
That's what we're doing.
Let's take our hot desert areas or hot rainforest areas and let's put a snow park in them.
It's going to be called the Alpine Snow Park, which is actually called Snowcat Ridge, and it's set to open in November of next year next to Tree Hoppers in Dade City.
Do we have landfills in Dade City, don't we?
I think there's one.
And now it's a snow park.
Oh, stop.
No, seriously, that's the easiest way to do fill.
Okay, so this park is going to feature a large snow tubing hill. I know, right? He's such a Debbie Downer.
It's repurposing land. It's amazing. Like I just got one of my certificates for Envision Sustainability Renewed, and they took like a wastewater treatment plant. They put a tennis court on it. They put a track around it. They put a swimming pool in it. I don't know if I'd want to swim next to a clarifier.
Isn't it stinky though?
No, they do all this stuff to make the stink go away.
I get the whole repurposing land, but I don't think they're putting this on the. I think you're just making stuff up. Now I'm going to look it up.
No, I know nothing about this. I'm guessing.
Okay.
I'm providing entertainment for the listeners.
No, you're
Smash
guessing.
that like button.
Because he's such a goofy goober. Anyway, so 60 feet tall and 400 feet long. It's going to have a magic carpet ride that's going to whisk the riders and their snow tubes through the top of the hill. So guests will be able to ride single or tandem. 6-person families can actually tube down all at once. So it's going to be a 10,000 square foot snow play dome.
Dome.
Yeah, well, it would have to be, right? Because it's not going to stay here. Interesting that we're doing a snow tube park here.
Why not? We get a lot of snowbirds. They
What's
miss
next?
snow.
Skiing in that little area where the hills are?
The ski lakes?
Near, what is that area? Like right just north of Pasco that has all those hills.
Dade City is the only place that has hills.
No.
Is there another
Are
one?
you talking about San Antonio?
Yeah. It's like just north of there. I can't, like off of Blanton Road in that area.
Bland Road?
Blanton Road.
Oh, you said Bland Road.
Blanton. Blanton.
I thought
By
you said.
the way, we're just glad that we have beaches without red tide right now because the red tide's gone.
Finally, it took
It's
it forever.
frozen. The red tide gets frozen, becomes a little of red tide cube, falls down. The turtles eat it. I'm serious.
Doesn't it hurt them?
No, they eat the red. They eat it's algae. They eat algae.
Yeah, I was saying something about the lake that's in the center of Florida.
Okeechobee.
I think is what sparks the red tide, isn't it? Doesn't it come from there?
Well, what ends up happening is because of the farmers and all the nutrients they put on the soils to produce crops like our lovely strawberries and our lovely oranges. When you have some rain runoff that hits that and then goes into the rivers and then goes into the ocean, you have all those nutrients for the algae blooms.
And it kills the fish.
Of course, because it takes all the oxygen out. There's a concept called dissolved oxygen, which is actually where the water has oxygen and the fish are putting that dissolved oxygen in the water through their gills to be able to breathe.
So guess where Snowcat Ridge is, the snow park that we're talking about. It's right by Screamageddon. That's going to be like
That's going to be awesome when they combine the two.
Tree Hoppers Aerial Adventure Park. I've never been there either. Do you guys know anything about that? You probably not. It's like
I've only been to Dade City
world to
twice
you.
in my life.
Yeah. Anyway, it's right here. It's not too far from that area, really, but it's not. It's right, like Darby, if you know where Darby is, and Bellamy Brothers Road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no Bellamy.
Off of St. Joe. It's right in the heart.
There's good hiking trails out
So
there.
you can look, see right up here, all these little.
What are those? Those are hills.
They are, and they're pretty crazy hills. Up
Those are
there.
by Spring Hill, right?
No, they're not. We're looking at the map with the geographic little change. I bet you is that Blanton Road? That's Powell Road.
All right, let's talk more about your Christmas party. Are you going to have those little round little meatballs?
We are.
Oh.
Meatballs. We're going to have sandwiches. We'll have lunch meat trays, veggies,
Good
fruit,
stuff.
and sangria. All right. Listen, we would love to meet you. Come visit me and my team. We will be in the Christmas Cheer Squad shirts.
Adam and I don't have those shirts.
I'll be the only redhead in this shirt, so you'll know it's me. Come see us. Our off-air number is 813-377-2775. 813-377-2775. We'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back. This is Tampa Home Talk, and before we roll into our last segment in hour number 1, I just want to give a quick little shout out to Amy George because she did a fantastic job on my hair. I'm just saying.
Good job, Pat. You found a keeper.
Yes, everybody should tune in to that Facebook and look how beautiful that hair is. She's not only quick, she doesn't charge a lot, and she's right in the 33625 area code.
Yeah, she's conveniently located right off of Dale Mabry by Kobe.
And it helps support Pat's Vallarta's addiction. So.
Yeah.
Well, that's changing in the holiday season. I need to lose some weight.
He needs to lose some weight. He wants to do a lifestyle change. That's what he told me.
Yes.
Interesting.
That him and his wife are just they just want to change everything.
Wow. I'm proud of you, Pat. Good luck.
Thank you.
That's what he said. I think
No, I know.
we're doing the same thing in my house. So
Yeah, it's just healthy every now and then to purge a little bit.
It's true. You need something sustainable, though, Pat.
yeah. Well, I mean, if we could just get his diet changed a little bit. This is what his wife told me. Get his diet changed a little bit.
Yeah, speaking of that, are you going to have those like little cupcakes at your party? And are you going to have like macadamia nut cookies?
I don't know. That wasn't on the radar, but I'll have to ask my team. They might know. Are you
Are they
coming?
there for, yeah.
I thought you had plans. Are you coming?
Well, those plans have changed.
Oh, well, okay, great. I'll see you tonight, Pat.
I think you just might.
Awesome. Look forward to it. Come get your photos. Yay! Pat George is coming. We won't even make him dress up as Santa.
That'll be a lot more fun.
We should have booked Shriner, though, for Santa. I'm just saying. Have you guys seen him?
Yeah, he'd make a good Santa.
He is like Santa.
He would.
No, he is Santa.
Yeah, he is. Actually, he said that during the home show.
He is definitely Santa.
So what do you think about this, by the way?
So real quick,
By the way, are you impressed that I knew something
Yes.
before you two?
I am.
Oh my goodness, I'm
here's
so
the
proud of
thing.
myself.
No,
Real
news
quick.
related. I'm last to
The
know.
snow park is not being built on top of a landfill. I just looked it up. Leo's BS and like just saying junk. It's not. I looked it up.
You're taking away all my thunder.
No, you're like
Your thunder is your
Shopping
thunder,
around.
and my thunder
Okay.
is my thunder.
All right, so let's hear about this moratorium that you're saying in South Hillsborough.
So it says that the county commissioners on Wednesday, that is this Wednesday, unanimously passed a 270-day moratorium on zoning changes that typically allow neighborhoods to be built on
Zoning
rural
changes.
land. Yes. But, so it'll basically affect southern Hillsborough County. So it'll be like Waimama, Balm, Riverview, everything south.
Right next to
southeast of
Amazon.
Tampa. Yeah,
Pretty much.
You know, you gotta stop and wonder why they're doing that. You know, maybe they're searching before they let anybody else buy any more land or build anything. Maybe they want to make sure there's no more cemeteries there.
That's not a bad...
Well, counties typically have done, like I was working for Collier County back in the early 2000s when they did something similar, and it was basically to limit the amount of land that could be used to build to skyrocket the property values in the urban core. They're trying to do urban core building at that point. And that's why it was done in Collier County.
I think, honestly, if you drive in southern Hillsborough County, I just don't think they have the infrastructure right now to support many more homes down there. I mean, you know,
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
it really, like, it took me, so my sister lives down there. I mean, just to get from interstate to her house, which is less than 2.5 miles, it took me 15 minutes.
I got a quick question for you guys.
Yeah.
When you came to the studio today, which way did you come? Up 275 to 75, or which way?
I always go up 275 to Bears and 41 up
Oh, so
to
you cut up that way.
54.
So I'd go 275 to Bears to Livingston.
Oh, that's a
and
good
come across.
route.
That's
yeah,
the best way.
That's the best route for sure. I just wondered if you had drove past the mall, because like we officially live in Brandon now. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah?
No, I didn't.
Like that mall, like
This is North
my dad
Brandon?
grew up in Brandon, and I remember that area before the mall was built, which is probably before you were born.
No, I remember when it was built.
Okay, good. So anyway, the mall, like I remember how much it changed that area in Brandon, and that's what we have like right down the street at the outlet malls.
It's awesome.
No, it's not
Where is this located?
that way. Drive past.
Now you have restaurants and things.
Well, no,
to
I
do.
take
I
some.
mean, I'm happy about that, but I don't want all this traffic.
Heading south, I take 75 to 275. Is it? Would I pass it there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that where that all that
There's a Chick-fil-A and
all that stuff is right before the highway?
Yeah.
All that stuff.
All that stuff.
Didn't even notice.
You know,
There's a whole mall there. You didn't know.
I don't go shopping in malls.
not to change the subject completely, but we're going to do that right now. But you know, it's very frustrating.
Not to do it, but we're going to do it anyways. Go for it, Pat.
Right now, there's 10 people that have been shot at the Naval Air Station in Pensacola, Florida. Lockdown is going on. What is going on? You know, we just had Pearl Harbor shooting, and now Pensacola.
People are nuts. I don't understand.
I didn't
it.
hear about the Pearl
Yeah,
Harbor
that's
shooting.
sad.
What was that?
Yesterday, day before.
Well, Pearl Harbor Day was the 7th. Is today the 7th?
Tomorrow.
Who
Well,
did you
Harbor Day
read?
was 3 days ago.
Did
but
you
yeah,
read
there
the
was a-
report? Like, who are the crazy people doing this?
Well, the one at Pearl Harbor was a naval guy that was guarding a nuclear submarine, and that was his job. And for some reason, he just started shooting people and then committed suicide. But now, this is just breaking, and we try to be first with this information that it's all in lockdown and it's just minutes old.
Wow.
That's terrible. It's really just awful. I don't know what is wrong with people.
Yeah.
Florida needs to be an open carry state. That's all. That fixes it all.
Just like
Makes a lot
Texas.
of it go away in Tennessee.
Yeah.
All right, let me tell you guys about a couple listings. These are like brand new. Like they've been on the market days. I have 1917 Woodcut Drive in Lutz. It's only $219,900 and it's a 3-2. Fantastic area. This one, I'm certain we're going to have multiple offers on it really quick. Great schools, of course. We also have, you won't find anything else like this, 4401 Dillon Loop in Chelsea Meadows, 2-bedroom. 1.5 bath. It's $90,000. Completely move-in ready. Beautiful view of Lake Banjo. You won't find anything in that price at all. Under $100,000, move-in ready. Beautiful.
Really? You can find that in Tampa?
Land O'Lakes.
It's in Land
Well,
O'Lakes.
according to this one article.
Yeah.
Fair
okay.
enough. See?
We also have a great 4-bedroom, 2-bath in Silverado Ranch at 36005 Stable Wilk Avenue. This one's awesome. And you know what else? The furniture is beautiful, and the owner is willing to leave it with an acceptable offer. That one's at $235,000. And I think
That's almost brand new too. Built in
it is
2018.
Yes.
Ah.
We, there's a reason why the house is perfect. It's a personal reason, so it's just the owner. We also have 23212 Shining Star Drive, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. Really awesome property, just $250,000. Amazing schools also on that one. These are all brand new. We're holding all these properties open this weekend. So call or text us if you want a list of properties that are coming on the market.
Or come to the Christmas party.
Come to the
Yeah.
Christmas party, and we'll also.
Do you have a property board at the Christmas party?
It's in my office, but sure, yeah, y'all can go on in there and check out the
You keep
property
acting
board.
up, we're going to have a paddle board.
Off-air number 813-377-2775. Call or text us 813-377-2775. We'll get you information on when these homes will be open this weekend. Stick around for hour number 2. We'll be back in just a few minutes with Mark Leake. He is with the Door Pro Entryways, and so can't wait to talk about front doors. So exciting. Anyway, stick around for hour 2. This is Tampa Home Talk. I'm your host, Katrina Madewell. Remember, love where you live, or I'm going to fix it. Just call us at 813-377-2775. Stick around. We'll be back in just a few minutes.